Hi guys, if you haven't watched my previous videos yet, you might want to because they're like little series. Today is a sweet day, so get ready with me whilst we talk friendships. I'm out for a New Year's meal with the girls and I'm actually so excited. I feel like I haven't done this. It's not even like I feel like. I actually haven't done this in the longest time ever because no one tells you how hard it is to make friends after 18. It's so hard in the woman's world. When I left secondary school, I only had one close female friend who was like, she was my best friend actually. It wasn't like, she was my best friend. Like, we would do a lot of things together. And then our friendship kind of, you know, fizzled out. But then we rekindled in college because we ended up at the same college. I went there first and then she came after. When I was already at college, I already had like a group of friends, so she kind of joined, and I had the most amazing friends at college. I studied travel and tourism and it was a class full of girls, but they already had like formed their friendships from primary school, some from secondary school. Though we spoke, you know, occasionally we'd have our lunch together, it was more so like we were just college friends and we got on and that was fine. Then I gradually got closer to another girl at college that was part of the friendship group as well, and we used to relate on things like trainers. I remember when what's the shoes called? The phase when these shoes called creepers were in style, and me and this girl, we had like every single colors, so we connected on those bases and we used to like the same music. So back in the days, I really used to like grime, obviously Birmingham rap. I used to really like grime, so me and her would listen to grime music. Like, we just connected. And over time, me and my best friend, once I moved to London, we spoke about our friendship, and then it was best for us to part ways in my decision because the friendship wasn't benefiting me. Friendship ended. The reason we're doing friends talk today, my friend just came back from Nigeria and she bought me every item. I asked for that. I'll cry. She's getting ready in the bathroom, so I'm whispering because I thought I'd make a video like that. Listen, I'm literally going to use them today, so let me unwrap them and get my makeup ready. Got closer with my college friend as I moved to London, but then I realised she was like a different type of girl. Gorgeous. Our friendship later on kind of like fizzled out as well. I decided it wasn't in my best interest for us to stay friends. So being in college as a girl from Birmingham, I feel like girls in general, we just make friends with guys much easier. Like, if our friendship isn't going to like bring out the best of both of us, then we shouldn't be friends. In college, obviously, like, there's people of mixed ages there and no one was really like my age to be friends with anyway. So the girls that I became quite close with, we stayed in contact and then we just lost contact. Then obviously in uni, so right now I have no friends. Like, I've carried no one through. One of my friends from secondary school lived in East London, but she was also in a different stage of her life, so our friendship wasn't really as strong. We just stayed like cordial, and then obviously got to uni, and I just realized my life would have been totally different if I stayed in college in Birmingham and completed the travel and tourism course fully and then went about my life. But I'm here. So yeah, if I sound different, it's because my friend is literally in the bathroom. I went to the deadest, the most boring, crappiest uni ever known, and I lived on campus. And after the first year, I left campus because I was like, no, this is depressing, I'm not staying here. Freshers week, a guy knocked on my room and invited me to come to like one of the dorms like party that they were having. I said, yeah, why not, you know, I'm new, I'm trying to make friends and whatnot. And he came with a girl. Surprisingly, that girl was also from Birmingham. Like I said, you form your circles in secondary school, college, and then you come to uni together, and then you've already got your girls. But I was literally like a lone wolf. I'm gonna do my makeup and then talk because I can't do the both. So through uni, I ended up being close with this one girl, but I already made a promise to myself after my secondary school best friend kind of like turned out not to be my friend, even though we went to the same college and stuff. I said to myself, I no longer keep best friends. There's no way. I had a best friend when I was younger. We got separated when I moved cities. I was like, no, I'm not keeping best friends. I keep close friends. So no one ever call me your best friend because I ain't your best friend. I don't keep them. It was just me, her, and then a group of guys. So we all became like a friendship group. My point is, no one tells you how hard it is to make female friends as you're getting older. So I would meet girls and stuff, but they were already in their friendship groups. As life went on, as a girl, it does get lonely having no female friends because you just want like your own sisterhood. Especially what I had in college, I could relate to all 5 people. One of them always used to go to like park parties. One of them would go out to like, if you're from Birmingham, you would know like Starlight Days. So one of them would always love going to Starlight Days. And I liked doing a little bit of everything here and there. So as I was getting older and moving from campus, I just started to feel quite lonely. And I was like, oh, I don't really have like my own group of friends. I feel like my frontal lobe probably developed quite early on because I used to drop friends based on like a certain boundary of mine that they would cross that I just don't feel like any friend should cross. Even though I've moved to London, I knew people from London like in different areas. Not so much females, more guys. So all my guy friends, like, they're always outside. So I would just be like, you know what? I'm still new to London. Like, this was like 5 years into London. I'm like, I'm still new to London. I don't have many friends. Like, I'm just gonna go wherever my guy friends invite me. Surprisingly, I would meet girls. We would talk, get on, and then, you know, a friendship might build there and then, but never really like a solid friend. So I think near the end of uni, I then became friends with a girl who was Somalian, and I've never befriended a Somalian before, and I don't know why, because again, some people stick to their own. Like, it's very rare that you see guys only sticking with specific guys. Like, both my brothers have friends that are Asian, black, Somalian, white, obviously very common. But with girls, it's like they either stick to Asian group girls, or like there'll be that one odd girl that has a white friend, an Asian friend. So I became friends with these Somalian girls, and then she introduced me to another group of friends, and we all became like a friendship group. So this was like my first experience of a friendship group. The other uni friend, she was a bit of a clingy and controlling friend, and I couldn't do that. She was putting a lot of pressure on me as a friend, and we stopped being friends. And obviously I met this Somalian girl. We went out New Year's Day, and she ended up having a fight. Like, her group of girls ended up getting into a fight where like we ended up getting kicked out. And I was just like, babes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not about the fighting life. So if these are the type of friends you want to bring out with, I'm okay not getting invited when we go out. I think I'm the problem. Certain barriers you just can't cross in the early stages or in the deep stages of being friends, because it's just weird. Like, it's a weird atmosphere. We're getting off track, so I'm just gonna cut the story short. Basically, every friend that I had made, either our friendship frizzled out due to me moving cities, so we just became like social friends, or they crossed the barrier of mine that I just don't allow people to cross one too many times, so I would stop the friendship completely there and then. So obviously through uni till after uni, like, I'm just going through friends. Like, I wasn't friends with anyone for more than 2 years or 3 years. Like, no one female, obviously, that I was friends with, I had no from like earlier on in my life. Everyone I was just meeting there and then. And then I remember I was friends with another girl, and she told me to download Bumble because she wasn't from London, but she often came to London, and that's how we became friends on a night out. I was meeting a lot of girls on a night out, but the thing about meeting these girls on a night out, they just end up being people that just party. I can't just be doing parties all the time. But she told me about Bumble, and I downloaded Bumble, and believe you not, I made 2 great friends. One of them happens to be from Birmingham, which I just love, because sometimes it's nice to have some sort of similarities when you're friends with someone, because then it just makes the friendship easier. I don't think the girls that I'm friends with on Bumble I've known for more than 5 years. I think it's less, or it's coming up to like 4 years or something. But our friendship, I would not say rare. Like, if I was to describe it, it would be so cringe. Especially my friend that came up from Nigeria, like, that girl, that's my sister. Like, that's my sister friend. Like, when your frontal lobe develops, you start to realize a lot about yourself. You start to realize, like, no, I don't fit in with these type of girls, or I don't fit in with these type of guys. Like, so when it comes to making friends as a woman, I think it's just so hard, because women are just emotional beings. Like, we really are. I don't know if she's listening. my relationship with my friend that's come back from Nigeria, she understands me. And I think that's very important in a friendship. She gets my humor, she gets my personality, she gets my banter. And to think that I met her on Bumble. And at the start, we didn't really speak that much. Like, we would just go out as well. And then, you know, she comes and stays at mine. She helps me move in. She helps me move out. No one tells you how hard it is to make a female friend when you're new to a city and you're at the age where everyone's just getting on with their lives. The girls that I'm going out to dinner with, two I've met on, well, three of them I've met on Bumble, but one I haven't actually met up yet, and she's joining us, and another girl I met on a night out. But again, we got on from this one night out that we want to be friends. Finish my hair quickly. So if you're in a stage in your life, if you're young and you're still figuring out how to make friends, or you're struggling to make friends, remember there's ways you can meet friends. Like, you can go out by yourself. Although no one speaks about how hard it is, I feel like you can overcome it. Definitely, you can overcome it. You can meet friends that you will have for a lifetime in a year or in a month as you're getting older, and they bring more value to you than someone you've known for 15 years. That's why some friendships fall out, like when they turn 25, 26, and it's like someone you've known since secondary school. And then when you do have these friends, it's important that you remember, like, it's okay to have different friends. You can have friends that you just go out with, you can have friends that you do everything with, but as you get older, you start to realize you're not gonna have friends that do every single thing with you, cinema, gym, because they also have their own lives, and that is absolutely okay. I've also had to learn that, because I had a friend that I fell out with. Every time she was in a relationship, she wanted to make money and be indoors, and every time she wanted to be single, that's when she wants to go out. So the dynamic wasn't balanced. Like, it was like 1 minute you want me all around you, next minute you don't want me around you. The beauty of making friends as a woman is you learn about yourself with these friends. You start to figure out your likes, your dislikes. It's important to also know what healthy friendships are. I hope you found the video interesting, and if you are a girl that's struggling to make friends, don't give up. Definitely try Bumble, and just beware, like, when you're making friends, always be yourself. Be confident, be comfortable, because if you have to pretend to be this loud, energetic girl just to attract someone to be your friend, that friendship's never gonna work. Just be yourself. Like, know that you're not gonna always be friends with everyone. Some people you'll meet, you'll talk, you'll get on, but then there's no actual friendship there, because friendships are very important as we grow older, and they're very important when you're young as well. But it's much easier to make friends when you're younger than it is when you turn 18, because at that stage everyone's navigating their own lives. People are either going to uni, some are going straight to work, and some are even starting their own business, and some are having babies, because that's life. Going to work, going to uni, it's all crazy. So don't give up. It's not that hard to make friends. It just takes a little while, okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.